know you love it. It's Zebra. Now I recognize you. I had no idea. I had no idea. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's just the damn truth. I mean, what are you going to do? Lie? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Zebariah Newman. Everybody, listen. I answered questions. That's what I did. Zebariah Newman wove apparently a beautiful story. I answered questions. That's really what I did. Yeah, thank you so much. Did you think I was going to be funny? Who knew she was funny? Who the hell knew she was funny? I'll take this off. I made this. Do you love my scarf?
I love it.
I made it hand fringed. Don't ask.
I saw it on Instagram.
On
I saw you
Insta.
make the
I
whole
was
thing.
making the whole thing on Insta.
Love all
Wasn't
your
I?
Instagram. You're
Okay,
fantastic.
ask me anything. Anything you want to ask. Come on. Yes.
Do you feel as good?
Hi.
Hi.
John, adorable. We have the same glasses almost.
Do you feel as good as you look?
You are so lovely. I'm sure it's. I am so grateful for the infrastructure that I built for 30 years, and I fell into fitness. I mean, I didn't plan anything. That's pretty damn obvious, isn't it? I fell into fitness, so I'm really grateful that I had that internal infrastructure, because I wouldn't have made it if I didn't. And I worked hard to at least get decent food, like, because I knew I couldn't. I know that would be it for me. So, you know, I'm really grateful. And Jamie said it. She said, "You're still here. Like, you're still here, and this energy is alive and real." So I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't know a movie. I didn't know nothing. So I'm just really grateful to have done that, because otherwise I'd be screwed. I mean, I'm 67. I barely have any teeth left. You know, I use nothing. I've done nothing. Nothing except some nice breasts a long time ago. That was a long time ago. They need a bit of updating, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm really grateful. Super grateful. You know, and that was a fluke, because I couldn't, you know, I just was in the fitness world, and I built this strength. And ask me anything. Hello? Does anybody have a question?
Susan, turn around.
Yes. Oh, yes.
How was it to be approached to share your life story? I mean, was you nervous to start interacting
Well,
with
the
them?
one thing that we're going to have to start doing is telling the making of the movie, because I drive for Uber every day. I drove 3 days ago, and before I came this week. I've been here all week, but I delivered a Burger King order, and I got a text that said Susan Powter ? And I froze inside. I've been driving for 9 years, because I thought somebody had finally put together the name or the something, and I was like, oh my God, I just froze. I was embarrassed. I was like instantly embarrassed. And he said, my name is Zebariah Newman. I've been looking for you for a year. And do you want to I'm interested in talking to you about a documentary. I said, absolutely not. There's no chance in hell. First of all, are you mad? Are you a lunatic? Like, we know nothing. The minute I met him, isn't it true? He said, tell me when, I'll come tomorrow, 10:30, what do you want? I said, coffee would be nice, and he brought a cup of coffee. The minute I met him, and then he had the audacity to say, can I come back tomorrow and film you? And I don't know why the hell I said yes. I don't know why.
It was time.
It was time.
It was time. It's time
Yeah.
you knew to come back.
Yeah, it's time. But I didn't know, I just had no idea what he had in mind. None.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what it was going to be when we first started either, but I know from the first time I met you and I heard a little bit about the story that it was absolutely one that needed to be
A
told.
little bit. We went to get ramen, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I hadn't been to a restaurant. I was like Nell.
Like Nell.
Do you remember Nell in the woods? I was like, oh my God, there are people. Somebody coughed. Get me out of here. How can we pay for this? And Zeb was like taking notes on a pad and paper, which I'm grateful for. Anybody in this business, don't get on your phone and do that when you're talking to someone. Like, it was really nice that he actually wrote stuff, but he was writing like a son of a bitch. And he was like, Uber, how long? 9 years. Are you kidding? Where's the money? Do you get any royalties? I had just told him everything. Everything. And then when he left, he gave me the stinkiest candle ever. I don't do scents. I don't do any kind of scents on any level, except came to the door and said, I have a lovely Christmas candle here. Stinkiest thing I ever smelled in my life, said Mariah Newman. Stinkiest thing ever. No, I still have the box, but I aired it out for like 2 weeks. It was Melissa McCarthy's Christmas candle. I put it outside to air out. I was like, ooh. And you can tell Melissa, I don't do that stuff, but it's good. Love Melissa. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi, I met you.
Yes, of course.
Um,
Macrobiotic, totes, yep.
I just, talking to you, I loved, you touched on it, I loved how you connected with Zeb with why you wrote
Mhm.
by hand.
If
And
he
I
had
did-
sat in that thing and done this, I would have thought he didn't care.
But why?
I don't know, it was just, it was so old school, I don't know, just present, you know, and he was literally scribbling. I mean, his jaw dropped in the beginning. And then we got into the whole thing and he said, let's do a movie. And I said, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis kind of jumped on board on day one. I was on my way home from that ramen place, and I do like a daily gratitude list with Jamie and a bunch of other people, and I just put on there, I found Susan Powter. And she called me 2 seconds later, and I was like, I'd only really made shorts. This is my first like feature film, and so I felt like
Yeah, thank you.
I
And
felt like,
independent,
Totally.
schlepping, equipment, nobody did it for me, he did it.
I felt like Jamie was like, well, you know, what do you think? What do you need? And I was like, I knew that it was obviously a bigger story than a short. And she wired me money the next day, and she said, go back to Las Vegas and start filming with Susan, and I did.
And I had no idea.
Susan-
6 months later, Zeb's like, do you know that Jamie Lee Curtis is the executive producer of this? I was like, oh, no, I'm nice. That's so nice. I obviously don't plan or think about much. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, tell her that's so nice of her. And then we just filmed all day. Anyone
Hold
else?
on, before you take another, I just want to, there's someone in the audience who was like a very key instrumental piece in this
Yes.
movie. My old music teacher, Michelle DeGucci, she scored the whole
Michelle.
thing. She did it for free. Please stand, Michelle.
Does he have any musical
Oh my God,
talent?
you know these people, like we're all in class
Oh,
together.
Michelle, does he have any musical talent? Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
That's okay, he doesn't need to, he's a hell of a good filmmaker, yes. Thank you, Michelle.
So now that it's in the movie,
Mhm.
will you take the cash from your closet and put it in the bank?
No.
No.
It is making Jeff Lewis lose his mind on a daily basis. No, when I was at the height of Stop the Insanity, I was raised in a Dominican Catholic convent in Sydney, Australia, Pariel. I hated every moment of it, but that's okay. I didn't do well with the nuns at all. But at the height of Stop the Insanity, a big, huge tour. I mean, there was like 5,500 women in the audience. I took a limousine up to my old convent, and I walked the grounds. It was a Saturday. I stole the Dominicans wear the rosary all the way down, all the way, the big Dominican nuns. I stole the rosary, which means I broke into the nuns' area. I did. And I stole one of the itchy brown son of a bitch sweaters they made us wear. I stole it. But here's the great part. I go out on stage that night, and it was just a massive, because I'm from Australia originally, and it's a long trip, and they showed up. The first thing I said is, guess what I did? I just went up to Urunga, and I just stole this, and I held it up, and they were like, yes! Because they'd all been to the same damn Catholic school, so they all know. Yeah, and I still have the rosary beads and the thing. So my money is in my closet, same apartment, and it's in my Dominican Catholic sweater. And there's only $1,400 now, so don't get too excited. Jeff Lewis keeps saying they're going to rob you. I'm like, well, they're not going to go fucking far on it. Yes.
You seem uniquely hyper self-aware, but was there anything in the film that surprised you when you saw yourself?
I'm shocked at the response, meaning, I didn't know Stop the Insanity affected as many. I was running like a racehorse. I actually raised my children. I'm a single mother by choice of 3. So I was commuting every week from LA to Dallas and going to the baseball game. I mean, I was actually raising my children. So I didn't pay attention. They would come to me and go, you want to write a book? I was like, yeah, I'll write a book. Managers would say, do you know how to write a book? I was like, well, no, but I'll write one. That's fine. New York Times bestseller. Because it wasn't me. It was the women of this country. Do you remember Norma Ray when Sally Field stood and brought the mills to a grinding halt? That's what happened. It wasn't Time Warner or Simon & Schuster or Multimedia or those are the corporations that were killing me because they were producing me out of me. All of a sudden, when it started making gazillions of dollars, and I was the only revenue generator, they were like, well, what Suze means is, no, you know what, we don't need to have that radical opinion. And I was like, but that radical opinion is what got you here.
Right.
Like, what you want me to, and they put pearls on me. You will never see me in a pair of pearls. It's not gonna happen. And leisure suits. And they had IFBs in my ear. That when I was filming 3 shows a day, TV, you put 2 in the can, you do whatever, I would take the IFB out and like throw it across the studio. Now what we want to do is we want you to ask how they find a husband. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to. No, so I didn't know what stopped the insanity. I didn't know that it meant something. And the other day, it's the love. It's not just, it's the love. I mean, social, people are like, I remember you, it affected me. I was a young gay boy at 14 and I didn't know. And the other day, you wanna know the real, what really, these are the moments, kid. I was walking the other day into a grocery store and I literally said out loud, all this love was out there, Susan. All this respect for your work, for who you are as a being, and I almost didn't live to see it. That's what I said out loud, like it was all out there. And I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful that I survived, and I don't look so bad, so that's okay. And, you know, get a little face done, get a little something done. You know, I didn't know it affected people the way it did, so I'm just grateful that Zeb told a story that people are really responding to. And not in a way that she's crazy and whatever. You know, oh, come on. I mean, can we get over that, please, for God's sake? Anyway, any questions at all? Yes.
So the scene with the haircut obviously affected you. What happened in between the haircut and actually the photo shoot?
I'm not a difficult person at all. I'm really not. I'm not a difficult person. But my hair was brown and down to here. It took me 7 years to grow it out. And I didn't want to be this. I was not trying to come back. I wasn't trying to be Susan Powter. I wasn't coming out to motivate you to do fitness, because I was half dead. So I wasn't trying to do that. And I said to Zeb, I said, this is a 5-year sentence. Like, this is like, oh my God. And I didn't want to like pretend I was coming out with this hairdo again. It's not, listen, ask anyone, male, female, I don't care who you are. Get your hair fried off before your first damn photo shoot in 20 years. Like, oh my God, terrible. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Look, I think it looks pretty good, don't you? It looks good. I fry the hell out of it every 6 weeks. That's why I never have to cut it, because I just fry it off. Because I don't go pay. Do you know that it costs $350 to get your damn hair dyed?
Yeah.
I walked in because I thought when we were doing, I was like, well, at least I'll get, no, I just slap 40 volume peroxide on and done, fry it 45 minutes, it's fine. Any questions?
One more question?
Yes. Oh, yes. Hi.
Well, first of all, absolutely love seeing you in this movie, so thank you so much. And you were so real and raw and honest and vulnerable as you always are, which we love you for. And you're one of the few people on planet Earth when you say, ask me anything, that I actually believe you.
Anything.
So, yes. Anyway.
Much to the dismay of a lot of people. Because if you ask me if I like someone and they're standing right there, I'll be like, that's so much.
But one of the parts of the movie that I wanted to ask you about was that scene, and I'm paraphrasing, where basically the message of stop the insanity couldn't be more needed than it is today.
Yeah.
So I thought, since you invited us to ask you anything,
Please.
if you felt comfortable sharing your thoughts on the state of the diet industry today.
Not one, okay, when I had 2 babies a year apart, my first 2 children. And I was in Dallas, Texas, and that was the 80s. Stop the Insanity was the 90s. I went to a doctor, I had 2 babies, I was 250 pounds, nursing 2 babies. But, you know, idiot boy ran out because he wasn't into marriage anymore. So I was like, great, I'm kind of screwed, great. I went to a doctor because I wanted to lose weight. He gave me Black Beauties, which is pure speed, okay? And he knew I was nursing. I did not take them because I didn't want to kill my child. I don't care if it's I don't care what it is. You have to eat, breathe, and move to change. Here's what I say. If you live in a human body, that's why the fitness industry hated me and probably still does. Am I not coming around on the revenge train? Can you not see me like a locomotive? Here we go, boys. If you live in a human body, your body burns fat. If you live in a human body, you can increase lean muscle mass. If you live in a human body, you can activate cardioendurance. If you live in a human body, if you live in a human body, if you want to. If you don't, do whatever you want. I never told anyone what to eat. I don't care what people eat. I don't care what your body looks like. If you don't like the way you look and feel and want to change it, want more strength, want more energy, want to feel better, look better, if you don't like being over fat, I can tell you how to do it. But it's not fancy. I mean, I just like, eat crap, look like crap. You know, there isn't a body that manufactures fat. So if it's on you, you can get it off you. No body wakes up with like, wow, 30 pounds of fat, just put it on. Bodies don't manufacture fat. They didn't like the simplicity of it. And they would always say, well, she's not qualified. And I'd be like, yeah, I am. What are you talking about? Who's got to qualify me? And then I set them up. I got to tell you this, when I had a studio in Dallas, Texas, they had this whole thing with AFRA, and I did all these stupid certifications. And you had to pay $500 to get certified. So I sent in for 2, it's $1,000. And they certified me. Never met me, never came to my studio. All you did was pay money. Now, if I had the internet then, I would have been deadly. Because I would have held that damn certificate up and gone, are you joking? The industry never received, it was always like, oh, could someone get rid of her? Like it's enough, but the people, you know what, it was women and gays. It was wags, women and gays. Women and gays. They were like, we like her, I don't care what the shit she's doing. We like her. And Marianne, my dear friend, she 2 jobs, 3 kids, 1 very autistic child. She raised them alone because her husband walked out too. Worked 2 jobs. She would come home and VHS tape any segment I was on. She'd smoke a cigarette, drink a beer, and she'd go, damn, I like her. I don't give a crap what she's selling. Love her. So we circumvented major industries. And that's why I'm always a little cynical, because I'm like, you didn't believe it. You didn't. And as soon as it started making $8 million, they all were like, she is so talented. We always knew she was talented. No, they didn't. You want to hear a story? Yeah. We were doing the biggest deal ever in New York. It was CBS Sunday. I used to get so bored in the boardrooms with the multi-million that I would start rocking. I mean, I would just get so bored. And I'm a knitter. So I was outside knitting. All the agents were in there. Through the glass, I could see them. This guy walks past me in one of the 1990s striped things with the white Madison Avenue, you know, the cuffs and the collar. And he walked past me and he said, you don't look like a woman who knits. And I said, you look like a fucking barber pole with a head on it. And he said, hi, I'm so-and-so, president of CBS. We got the deal. We got the deal. I said, what's a woman who knits look like? What shit are you talking about, kid? Now, we could have lost that deal very easily. And that's when they started saying, no, oh look, Zeb has to manage me, and he does.
No.
Never. You would never. Oh, why? Why can't we stay?
I just also want to say thank you to our distributors, Obscure.
Yes.
I got good taste. This is a super independent movie. We made it for nothing, and they were sort of like like a lifeline in an ocean of nothing that sort of pulled us in, and they made all this possible. And so we're super grateful to Obscure Releasing.
And also, people say it to sell and promote, and they probably expect it to come out of my mouth. But when I tell you I want to circumvent this industry too, in all due respect, it's I couldn't do it, Zeb does it. But please go to Rotten Tomatoes and let them know that you loved it. Please. Like, just go and, I want the audience to decide. I want you to let them know. That's all I care about, is that the people make their own damn decision. Seriously.
That's what we're rooting for.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you all so much.
You look so good.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm sorry when I started.
Very wonderful.